The primary opportunities we've had growing the airline here in Houston over the past 5 to 10 years have been mostly domestic, even though we've been able to add new international cities as a gateway from Houston. And I think that will continue to be the primary source of growth for us, will be domestic. As the domestic grows, I think it will actually help put us in a position to grow international as well. And there are a number of destinations that we still see available to us in Mexico, Latin America, and the Caribbean over the next, I would say, 10 to 15 years. So we'll continue to, pay very close attention to those markets. I think probably from Houston, what would be most exciting ultimately is adding South America access. I don't see that in the next year or so, but definitely down the road, it's something that we would be interested to do. So nothing specific yet, but again, the point I was trying to make earlier is this investment in the technical operations is really proof positive of our commitment to continue to grow here. And you look over the next 5 to 10 years, and I think Houston will be one of 3 key cities that we'll be focused on and continuing to add flights. We'll be at about 200 daily departures today. And for us, that's easily a top 5 airport. I don't even know that I want to put a cap on it from here, but I think you'll see a significant number of flights added again over the next 5 to 10 years.
Mr. Kelly, what impact do you think the average Southwest passenger will see because of this new facility here?
Well, it's an infrastructure investment for us. So, and those kinds of things come in steps as we grow the fleet from 300 to 500 to 600, and now we're headed to 800 airplanes here in the not too distant future. We just need the underlying capacity to be able to maintain our airplanes. So what it helps the Houston passenger especially is the reliability of the schedule. So the more capacity we have here, the more ability we have to get airplanes in and get them out so that the airplane's ready to start the day on time every morning. But I think the more significant point over a long term is we're making the investment here in Houston because we expect the flight activity to increase. And of course, locally that means more flight options, more low fares, more no bag fees, and I would hope over time that you'll see some really exciting additional destinations internationally. So it's all good. There's more jobs for the community, and obviously just the construction is a boost to the local economy. But it's a very good thing for Houston. But it's good for us too, selfishly, because Houston is a great city. It offers great promise for the future. We want to be a part of that. Houston's been a part of Southwest from the very beginning. And I think we're all proud of that fact that we're here and we're still a meaningful part of the community and able to continue to grow.
You said South America. How far, what is the range of these 737s to South America? Like how far can you get? 2,500
miles, in rough terms. And so the northern part of South America is definitely within reach from Houston. And I would hope that someday there's maybe a half a dozen destinations that we would be able to serve. Again, that won't be in the next year or two, but that's what we're trying to prepare ourselves for, is that kind of growth and those kind of additional destinations.
You mentioned the fleet. I wanted to ask you about the 737 MAX with the grounding continued. How is that impacting operations right now, and what are you doing to kind of work around that?
Well, our operations are running really, really well. So it's not impacting the operations today. What it's preventing us from doing is growing the airline. So we're sort of in suspense. We're dog paddling, you might say, in a time where we could and want to be growing. So in order for us to add flights here in Houston, we're having to take flights away from other places in our network. So Houston is not seeing any pain from that. But yeah, I'll travel around the country and we'll have cities say, gosh, we would like to see more flights here. So I'd love to get more flights. We just don't have any airplanes being added to our fleet. So hopefully this spring, we'll see the airplane ungrounded, maybe this winter, and be in a position where we can get back on our growth trajectory. as long as we have great service and low fares, we'll have opportunities to compete for new passengers, new customers, and that's what we're working hard to do. So right now, that's exactly where we are. We're a really strong brand. We've got very low fares. We don't charge for bags, and customers love us. So they want more of us, and we're grateful for that.
Quick follow-up for me on that. How confident are you in Boeing's ability to deliver a plane that you feel comfortable introducing back in the fleet by this spring?
Oh, I think the airplane is fantastic, and I think the airplane is ready to go. Essentially, we're just working through the regulatory process now to review and ensure, that all are comfortable in certifying the airplane. So I'm very, very confident of the substance of getting back to service. The timing of that, we've seen delay after delay after delay. So I don't have a real confident timeline to offer up. And my best guess again here is late winter, early spring.
And when you say that Houston's gonna be one of your top 3 cities, do you mean like largest, most departures, and is that why you decided to put the hangar here? Or can you tie those two together for me, like why the hangar's here versus the demand you have here?
I think it's both from a customer and demand perspective and opportunities to continue to add more flights as this market grows, as well as it just being in a strategic part of our route system, sort of from an operational perspective. So Houston fits both of those. So Houston, in other words, is geographically located perfectly for us to be an international gateway, as an example. So the more flights we're able to put here, the more infrastructure it can support, and that's why a maintenance hangar in Houston makes more sense than maybe a mid-continent location for us. We've got a hangar in Dallas. We are contemplating building a hangar in Baltimore, which would be another strategic point for us, and we have a project underway in Denver to build a maintenance hangar. So you kind of get a sense of, the large operational points in our system, and then we'll need infrastructure to support those. So Houston is just one of those locations that can support that kind of flight activity, and therefore it will attract that kind of investment, and good for Houston. So we've got a reservation center here, we've got a pilot domicile here, we've got a flight attendant domicile. Obviously we have a very large airport operation and a very large technical operations center.